You might not think it's fabulous if you look outside and don't see any or much sun, but I think it's fabulous. You know why?
Why?
The Lord blessed me with another day.
Okay.
I am happy to be
Okay.
here. The Lord woke me up, blessed me with another day. He didn't have to do that, and I'm glad that he did. And for whatever kind of weather we got, I am blessed each and every day that happens. Planted my feet on the floor and got me over to this Black Talk radio station. So I'm looking forward to a great day. With me is Ro Brown. I'm Will Sutton. And on the other side of the glass is Jared. Ro. How you doing, Ro?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
How are you?
I'm
How was your
I'm
weekend?
fabulous. Had a pretty good weekend, you know.
Mhm.
It's birthday weekend. So
Yeah,
my
that's
my
right.
wife
That's
let
right.
me go with a number of things that perhaps she normally wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had more meals out.
Okay.
Yep. And I
Birthday
slept,
boy.
slept late. I was let off the hook of some household chores
Mm-hmm.
until
Did you-
Sunday night.
So Sunday night. So your birthday was the 12th?
Friday.
The
Yep.
12th,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Went to Munch Factory.
Do you tell people how old you are?
I do these days. Yeah, absolutely.
How old are
71.
you? Woo! You're
So,
old.
Yeah. So
You're
I
old.
hit the big 7-0 last year. So this year I'm calling this the little 71. You know.
Okay.
So, you know,
good.
It's,
Well,
it's
happy
not a
birthday.
milestone birthday, but anything
Yeah.
above 65, I think, you know, we ought to be thankful for
Happy birthday.
anything else that we get. And I'm pleased to hit 7-1.
Mhm.
And I know I got to do better on my part. Lord, give me another year. So,
Yeah, I know what you mean there.
You know, I got, yeah. And I heard a good sermon on Sunday, and about praying up, and you know how people say, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to pray for you." Part of his point is, "Are you really?" Are you really going?
or
to
are
do
you
that?
just saying that?
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like a greeting. Good morning. Do you mean it?
Mhm.
Or you just kind of saying that because that's what everybody else is saying?
Oh yeah, happy
So,
birthday. Happy birthday.
Yep. Even went to the South Shore Harbor Bar and Grill. Decided to go there for the big game,
Which big game?
NBA. So that's
The
where
National Basketball Association
Yeah.
Finals,
Yeah. So that's where we were for that, and
won by the New
Man.
York Knicks.
yeah, boy. Woo, 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 woo. So, what do you think? Was that the outcome you expected?
Yeah. Well, to tell you the truth, I thought the Spurs were going to win
The whole thing.
Saturday night. I thought they were going to win the game Saturday night.
Okay, but
That
the
it was
Knicks
going to
would
go
win
back to
in-
the
yeah.
but they weren't. I didn't think the Spurs would win 3 games in a row, which is what they had to do. No, they weren't
Well,
going to do that.
Well, it sure looked like they were going to win.
When you look back at it, all 6 games, it looked like they were going to win. Every
It
game,
sure
it looked
looked
like
like-
they were going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
yep.
this one was no different. I mean, the Knicks did not lead for a very long time in most of these games.
Yeah.
And but ended up winning, 4 of them, 4 of the 5.
Yeah.
And congratulations to them. I mean, it. Some people get tired of the celebrity culture of the team, but hey,
Hey,
I mean,
53 years.
it's New York. Well, but but besides that, it's it's New York, and so you expect that, and I mean the coverage of the team, the national coverage of the team. A lot of the national coverage of the team comes from New York I mean, comes from ESPN.
Yeah.
And all those people who work at ESPN are either from New York and the Knicks fans or just Knicks fans, or they work for the Knicks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're the Knicks local announcers, but they're working on national television. So, you
Yeah.
know, they were all pulling for the Knicks, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they were. But hey, you know, they went out and they won it. You know, the New Orleans connections, you know, everything seems to have some kind of New Orleans connection.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What kind of New Orleans connections? I think there was some former Pelicans in there. I think there was a high schooler, New Orleans area high schooler in there.
Well, first of all, you know, Josh Hart and Jose Alvarado, who they don't even use his last name anymore. Jose, you know, the New Orleans Pelicans. Jose was traded by the Pelicans to the Knicks during this season. Josh Hart was traded by the Pelicans back in 2019. Traded to the Pelicans. He was part of the Anthony Davis trade.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he was traded to the Trailblazers as part of the C.J. McCollum trade that brought C.J. McCollum to New Orleans. And then he was traded by Portland to New York and got him a ring.
Got himself a ring.
So that's a New Orleans connection. Josh Hart was always interesting. He said some kind of unflattering things not about New Orleans,
Nope.
about the franchise,
Yes.
you know, about the front office of the franchise at the time. But, you know, he was one of those people who, when he got here, realized that, you know, if you like New Orleans, they'll like you back tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've heard him say that, you know, when he was here. You know,
Yeah.
he embraced the culture and everything and food and all, and you know, he always, still to this day, speaks glowingly of playing in New Orleans and the fans in New Orleans and the people in New Orleans and that sort of thing. So, you know, he always kind of embraced that. And Jose was a real fan favorite here, as he is in New York, because he's a little guy. Guys that size don't end up playing in the NBA.
And if they do, it's not for long.
Yeah. You know, but he's somebody who, you know, has limitations, but, you know, beyond those limitations has succeeded in a tall guy's game.
Yeah. Yep.
And the third is Mitchell Robinson, who went to Chalmette High School. Now, he was not from New Orleans. I mean, he came here as a high school kid and attended Chalmette High School 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Played at Chalmette High School, was a McDonald's All-American, did not go to college, went straight to, you know, professional basketball, and is the longest tenured Knick. He's been there longer than anyone on the team.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's the longest tenured Knick. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And, you know, is a reserve, was not a starter, but played an important part, you know, coming in, guarding Wemby, and had 10 rebounds in the final game, and just played a major part in winning the title.
Yep.
A couple of things I want to mention. Excuse me, frog in my throat. It just says something about New Orleans that it just never occurred to me or to anyone here that I never heard anybody in New Orleans say, man, if the Saints ever win a Super Bowl, we're going to burn this place down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
we're going to, man, if the Saints win the Super Bowl, can you imagine how rowdy it's going to be in the streets?
Mm-hmm.
I never heard anybody say that. And when it did happen that the Saints won the Super Bowl, that didn't happen.
Right.
You know, to this day, my daughter always tells people that was the best day ever.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in the French Quarter after the Saints won,
Right.
you know, and she said that was the best day ever. You know, I just never everybody has said, man, I hugged people that I had no idea who they were,
Yeah.
you know, for the whole time I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at other cities and, you know, the police departments in these cities expect fires.
Right.
You know, they expect vandalism. Okay? They do, you know, and just didn't happen here. No, that's just something I thought about it, you know, leading up to the end of it and after.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, it was cool. It was a good good NBA season. I think a good final, and glad the Knicks won. And the other thing I'd want to say about this is that it's I guess it's you have to understand. Well, I guess you have to. You shouldn't say that, but our people we don't have a sense of history a lot of times. I mean, everybody wants what happens at this particular time to be the best ever. This person is the greatest player ever. I mean, they do something one time, and that's
Right.
Jalen Brunson is the greatest Nick ever. Okay, Wimby will never be Kareem. Well, how you know that?
Yeah.
And why are we, comparing a 22-year-old kid in his third year to the greatest player of all time, in my opinion,
Right.
who played 21 years?
Right.
Okay, you know what I mean?
Right.
And won 6 rings, and won 3 NCAA championships, and so on and so forth. I mean, why are we doing that? Okay, let the person do what he's going to do.
And see.
And yeah, I mean,
Let's see.
see, he ain't that good. Well, maybe he's not, but I'd take him.
got the Spurs to the championship game.
Exactly. And nobody thought they were gonna be there. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I can remember. I'm old enough to remember when they said that about Kareem. I mean, he'll never be Bill Russell. See, that shows they didn't win the championship. No, he'll never be. So, just let it go and see.
Yeah. And he didn't become
You'll
Bill
find
Russell.
out.
And he didn't become Bill Russell. He became Kareem.
Kareem, that's right. He became Kareem.
And there are a number of people who heard the name just now and said, Bill Russell?
Exactly.
But not Kareem.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's just I just always find that interesting.
Yeah.
Whenever something happens, it's the greatest ever.
Right.
Okay, that's
Right.
this is something that no one will ever do this again. Well, how do you know that? How do we know that?
Yeah.
And if that's true, then hey, you'll find out.
Well, I am happy
Enjoy
for
what you
the
have
young
at the time.
brothers with these New Orleans connections. And
Yeah,
if they couldn't get a ring here, I'm happy they went somewhere
exactly.
where they could compete
Now I always like to,
and get a ring.
I always like to point this out because I got a text from him, or 2 texts from him yesterday, as a matter of fact. This is the second time that New Orleans has had 3 people with New Orleans connections on an NBA championship team.
Oh, it is.
That's right.
Okay, tell us about
That's
it.
right. 1999, the last time the Knicks and the Spurs faced each other in the NBA Finals.
I think I know where we're going.
Where am I going?
Yeah.
The Spurs, point guard Avery Johnson,
Okay.
St. Augustine High School.
Mm-hmm.
Also on the Spurs, Jaren Jackson Sr., Walter L. Cohen High School. And the third that people don't remember because he didn't play a lot, but he was on the roster all year. And what's important is that Dave Robinson and Tim Duncan had to practice against somebody to get ready. Gerard King from McDonough 35 and Nicholls State, all walking around with championship rings.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. So, happened before.
Well, Jose was out and about on Sunday at the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York, hanging out with the New York mayor, ripping his clothes off, showing the Puerto Rican flag and raising his chest and flexing his muscles.
Yep.
And the people were touching him and grabbing him, and he was just loving it, as he should, with his 6 foot self. With his 6 foot self.
That's good.
Well,
That's
and
good
that
stuff.
is where he's from.
Yeah,
and he is happy to be home,
in his
happy
neighborhood.
to have a place with the Knicks.
Hmm.
I mean, if you are from New York
Yeah.
and you get to be a Knick,
Hmm.
oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
Yep. Yeah.
All his homies around to
Exactly.
see
Can you
him.
imagine?
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. You know. Yeah.
yes, we loved him,
You know. I mean,
but
it's
whew,
yeah. You know.
that's a dream.
It's like if Marshall Falk was playing for the Saints and the Saints won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or something like that. You know?
Right. Yep,
And
yep.
yeah, he just gets back to New York, and where does he go? To
Yeah.
his neighborhood.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, we're going to have more coming up on the show, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about this. And, Ro, I want you to tell us what there was some sports event at the White House.
There was?
Yes. You know, I couldn't believe it when they announced it. I thought it was going to fall through. It didn't.
No. It was not called.
And so, but before you bring us up to speed on that, we're going to have Floodlight reporter Garrett Hazelwood coming up soon. And a number of y'all may not have heard of Floodlight. It's a very good news organization, and the only news organization that dug deep into who is Senator Jay Morris,
Mhm.
the guy responsible for all this judicial slashing in New Orleans. Well, he's got some info that he reported. Oh, goody. It is juicy. So we're going to have him. And our friend Kathy Hambrick is going to be back from the Amistad Research Center. So that's going to be good as well. And I wrote a little something about Essence Festival.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Did you write that?
I wrote that. Yes, I did. I did. So, but
read that.
what happened in D.C. before we go to break?
Well, there was what do you call it? A UFC fight. First of all, full disclaimer. You know, I'm a sports guy, but I don't know anything about UFC or whatever it is. I don't look at that stuff. I really don't. You know, the fighting in the cage and that
Yeah,
sort of thing.
right.
Obviously, it must be popular because they're making money. So I guess
Yeah.
that's that.
Right.
But I couldn't tell you anybody that was on the card. There was a UFC, cage fighting match, as everyone knows, at the White House. Which that alone, the two things together, a lot of people thought was kind of weird. And but it happened. It cost a lot of money. Dana White, big supporter of President Trump, and he's in charge of all this. And they built a great big apparatus, and they had the fight there at the White House. Said it was for the 250th anniversary of the country, and the card evidently went well. Postponed because, kind of the weather, delayed the start of it or whatever it was. And about 4,000 people there, and Dana White said after that one-time thing, he'll never do it again because it was too expensive. He didn't say he lost money.
Right.
Because I'm sure he didn't lose money. Okay.
Right.
And I'm sure he made money, and I'm sure the president made money, or else it wouldn't have been there.
Yeah. Right.
And so they did it, and I guess, it's the kind of thing where, if you had problems with it, it's, and some people did, if I could find the quote from Dana White after, when he was asked about people who were critical of it, his quote was, "F them. I don't give a S." This is what he said at the press conference after. And that's what he said. And like I said, he said it was a success. And I guess that means that somebody made a lot of money.
I guess so. Well, they knew it was going to be a thing, and not the biggest crowd of all times.
They didn't need a big crowd.
They didn't. No.
They knew what they had. They were going to have 4,000 people.
Yep.
They knew
and
that.
And then people paying the watch.
That's right. That's right. They knew that. Okay. They didn't need, a big crowd.
Right. Yeah.
They weren't looking for a big crowd.
Yeah.
Plus
that other thing.
All of those seats were paid for.
Yeah, right.
Whether or not there were butts in those seats or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Those were paid for a long time ago.
Yeah. All right. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to have Garrett Hazelwood, investigative reporter with Floodlight. His work has been published on Floodlight and The Guardian, nationwide and worldwide, Nation, Vice, Slate, Hype Investigations, all kinds of places. And the man did some digging into State Senator J.R.E. Morris, who's been in the news for just having an all-out New Orleans attack. So we're going to find out what Mr. Hazelwood found out about State Senator J. Morris right after the break. This is WBOK, 12:30 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
And here are your headlines for you. This morning, a woman is recovering after being shot in the French Quarter. Police say that this happened around 4:30 on Sunday morning at the intersection of Iberville and Royal. She was rushed to the hospital by EMS. No word on her condition this morning or a motive. A man accused in a shooting that killed a waiter outside a popular New Orleans restaurant will be in court this morning. Kyron Fazand is accused of killing Hilbert Walker III outside a Mandina's restaurant in 2023. He was booked on second-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, and aggravated battery. That shooting took place while the Mid-City restaurant was open and had customers jumping to the floor for cover. A woman visiting from Chicago was injured by a stray bullet while she was dining inside. Fazand is expected in court at 9 a.m. And French Quarter businesses say that they are pursuing legal action now against the Sewage and Water Board. They say the construction on Decatur Street made a detrimental impact to their profits. According to
Attention, WBOK listeners. Are you a fan of the station and want to show your support and style? Well, we've got some exciting news for you. Introducing the official WBOK merchandise, the perfect way to wear your love for the station. Whether you're a longtime listener or a new fan, we've got something for everyone. Head to WBOK1230.com now and grab your WBOK gear before it's gone. When you buy WBOK merch, you're not just getting quality items, you're supporting the station you love.
This invitation goes out to all of us unworthy sinners who's been saved by the grace of God, where you and I are only made worthy by the blood of the Lamb and our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We're FIJTC, Faithers in Jesus the Christ. My name is Mr. Rocky. You can tune in to WBOK 12:30 a.m. Sunday mornings from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Hope to see you there.
This is Andronica Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Today is a WDSU first warning weather alert day. A flood watch is in effect for the North Shore through Wednesday morning. Across southeast Louisiana and Mississippi, we could see 3 to 6 inches, with some spots possibly seeing more than 10 inches, which is the worst case scenario. Temperatures expected to be 86 to 91 today and the mid-80s on Tuesday. Rain chances lessened by the end of the week. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Reshaw.
Good morning, wake up.
The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
with Ro Brown.
Good morning.
And it is 7:25 a.m. and you got to be somewhere at 7:30. You got 5 minutes to get there. Actually, I just told a fib. It's now 7:26, so you got 4 minutes to get there. And if you got to be there at 8, then you got a little bit more casual and flex time. Pull yourself together. Take care of your personal care and other things at home before you walk out the door. Don't be one of those crazy drivers. Make sure you're the best driver out there in your lane and the lanes next to you. And make sure you be a defensive driver. Watch out for the babies and the kiddos. A lot of them going to summer camp, and a lot of them playing in the streets too. So be careful, protect yourself, watch out for others, and watch out for the kids. It's 7:26 a.m., and we are happy to bring on the show Garrett Hazelwood, who is the investigative reporter with Floodlight. Good morning, Garrett. You're on with Will Sutton and Ro Brown. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Good
Well,
morning.
oh, man, you've been doing some good work in a number of different platforms, and you've been with Floodlight now for how long?
Actually, just since February, so just started with them.
Yep. Well, you just started with them, and then you out of the gate, less than a year, you like pounding it, and of course, you brought to light the State Senator Jay Morris information about his land holdings, and a lot of people in the New Orleans area, it seems, didn't really know who Jay Morris was. There were certainly some people involved in legislative politics, city politics, government, who did, and some others. But when all these judicial bills started coming through, a lot more people wondered, well, who is this guy from way up there? Well, you have known who he is, and you did some digging, and you found out that he owns or co-owns some property quite close to the big data center that's up there. So what connections did you find?
Well, so this is one of the biggest data centers in the world, and they're putting it in up there in Richland Parish, where he owns 2,000 acres that are all within just a few miles of the site where they're building it. So I thought that was very striking and started looking more into it. And it turns out that partly he owns neighboring properties where he was selling the dirt off of them that was used on the construction site. And he also owns one property where Entergy is going to build like over a 300-acre power plant from land that they bought directly from the senator.
So he can't say he didn't know about that.
Oh, he certainly did. And he...
Now, come on.
So he didn't know about that big deal.
Give the guy a break. Okay, so, so I'm sitting there, I'm listening to you right now, and I know where you're coming from, but I'm asking, but there are people sitting out saying, so what's the big deal?
Well,
what's wrong with that?
The big deal, I mean, he used his public office to push through this deal with Meta is the company behind Facebook. They're building the data center. And the state cut a deal with Meta in order to bring them to the state. They passed a bill that gave them $3.3 billion tax break, and he voted for that. And then they also changed laws so that they could first lease land without going through a traditional public bid process, and then actually sell state land to him, or to Meta, I'm sorry.
Right.
And he co-authored both of those two bills to give the state new authority to basically do this deal. And so as soon as they passed the first bill, they gave the state power to lease land. They turned around and leased land to Meta. And then as soon as they passed the second bill that he co-authored to allow them to sell land, they turned around and sold land to Meta. So it seemed like there was a very direct connection in terms of the timeline of they passed these bills and then the deal went through.
So it's not like he held this property and this happened 3 years ago,
Right.
or even last year. This all happened in the same time frame as these bills were moving through the legislature.
Correct. So many of the properties he did own them for years and years, but we just looked at the last 15 months. And so while these deals were going through, he was buying up more land. He was selling the land to Entergy. He was selling dirt off of the land for use on the construction site. And he was clearly making a lot of money from these land deals that he was doing while he was also involved as a public servant, supposedly, in pushing through the deals. So he was using his official office while he was doing these deals that were related to what he was passing litigation about or legislation about.
So what was he using the land for before this, and about how long did he hold all or some of this land?
So the 2,000 acres, most of it he had owned for over 10 years, some of it for as long as 20 years. And he co-owned it with a family called the Franklins, who they sold the bulk of all the land that the property is going to be built on, that the data center will be built on. They first sold it to the state of Louisiana, much of it, and then they sold thousands of other acres directly to Meta. And together, Franklin and the Franklin family and Morris were leasing out a lot of that to the land initially to farmers, and so it was farmland essentially.
Okay, and as they were going through this processes, they needed some other things to happen in the state legislature, but also the Public Service Commission.
Yeah, so the Public Service Commission had to approve the power plant that Meta or that Entergy wants to build. And in fact, Entergy wants to build 10 new gas-fired power plants. So these will burn methane, which is a powerful greenhouse gas. And all 10 of those facilities that they want to build are just to power this one data center, which will draw, I think it's 6 times more power than the entire city of New Orleans, just for this one facility.
Wow. Wow.
And so
Okay.
oh, it's shocking. Yeah, it's a huge amount of energy. But so Entergy needed approval from the Louisiana Public Service Commission in order to start building these power plants. And Senator Morris called up one of the commissioners, who is J.P. Cousin. They both told me that they're old friends. They've known each other for years. They were in the legislature together. And Senator Morris spoke in support of J.P. Cousin approving this deal from Entergy. And when I spoke to Senator Morris, he said, I couldn't have possibly told the commissioner that I had any deal with Entergy at the time because I was under an NDA with Entergy.
What's that? He was under a what?
Well, a non-disclosure agreement.
Right.
Okay.
So he had entered into this agreement with Entergy to not tell anyone, essentially, that he was about to sell them land that they could build this power plant on, that he was lobbying his friend, the commissioner, to approve.
Okay. I know something I'm not going to tell you, but believe me, this is going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. Exactly.
When you talk to Senator Morris and you ask him about these things, what kind of feeling, what kind of reaction or anything do you get from him once you tell him what you know?
He was very unapologetic. He told me that he could be reported to the ethics board, but he didn't think the ethics board would do anything about this. He also did say that the bills that he co-authored related to this were part of a bigger restructuring of a state agency. And so he essentially said that they were restructuring a big state agency and giving this this agency new powers, and he didn't know it had anything to do with the data center. And he also said that those bills wouldn't just apply to this one data center, they would apply to all data centers. And that goes for the tax break as well. But he did seem, he was very strident in saying, I didn't do anything wrong, and this is good for the parish that we're bringing in this big data center, and so it's good for me also because I live in the parish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, essentially, I mean, he didn't break any laws.
It's unclear. Ethics experts that I spoke to said that he may have broken ethics rules. He may have broken the laws that govern conflicts of interest for legislators. And so they pointed me to 3 laws in particular. One of them says that if you, as a legislator, have a financial stake in some matter that is before the legislator,
right,
you have to both disclose that you have that interest and also recuse from voting on any bills. And he did neither. And then there are 2 other laws. One that says that you just can't profit financially from using your political office. And so he potentially did break these rules. The ethics board would investigate that kind of conduct normally, and they would issue some kind of decision about whether or not he had broken the rules. That's how the process would normally work.
But somebody would have to bring it to their attention directly, other than saying Hazelwood reported this, right?
I spoke to the longest sitting member of the ethics board, Lakosha Roberts, and she told me that in the past, news reports would have triggered an investigation on their own, but that's not necessarily the case anymore.
We used to do that.
Well, under this current administration, Jeff Landry's administration, they have changed the rules.
Yeah.
And so it's much harder for the ethics board to investigate situations like this now than it used to be. So I think you're right that someone would need to make a formal request for there to be an investigation.
Based on your understanding of the processes, who might be best suited for that? Could somebody from New Orleans do that? Can somebody who is a former state government employee, somebody who is formerly works with Meta, somebody who lives in Richland Parish, or what do you think about the possible best scenario of the type of person that might consider something like that?
I think any of the above could probably file a claim, make a complaint. But I would imagine that it would probably be best done by a lawyer or an organization like the NAACP or some other organization that has some legal muscle behind it and could follow through and really push on them to start this investigation if there were to be one.
Okay. Well, and do we know how much money Jay Morris made?
So we don't, because the state of Louisiana has a law that makes it so that buyers and sellers of land don't have to disclose the sales price. And so the deed actually says that the property was sold for, I think it says like $100 and other valuable considerations.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can't find out because the property assessor doesn't have it, and it's not in any state records.
Wow.
And say that again, and other valuable
considerations?
Considerations, yeah, that's the language that's in the deed.
Wow. Well,
you know what this sounds like? I don't know if you were listening about a half hour ago. We were talking about the UFC fight last night at the White House.
Yeah, there you go.
And Dana White was asked about it after in the press conference. And he was asked about people who criticize having such an affair at the White House. And his quote was, and I'll say it again, F them. I don't give a blank about them. This almost sounds like the same kind of attitude, if not the same line. To me.
Yeah, I had a real.
I ain't putting words in your mouth, to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did. He did seem like unconcerned when I spoke to him that he would face consequences. And speaking to the member of the ethics board, also, she did also highlight that the rules have changed. That it is much harder to hold officials accountable when they do break the ethics laws.
Well, I used to live in northern Louisiana, and not like I involved in real estate or anything, but I believe that the Richmond Parish general acreage is about $25,000 per acre in that area. But if it's involving commercial property, it's closer to $50,000. So with that number of acres, that's a healthy sum of money, and that might be exclusive of the other valuable considerations.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I also spoke to some real estate, some folks who are in the real estate business up there, and they pointed out that now that they're building this giant facility, the data center, property prices immediately around it have shot up, and so it could be, they were talking. One guy told me basically that some of the people who've held this farmland that's now next to this thing are getting life-changing sums of money by selling it.
Well, I'll use a personal example. I'm old enough to have had several different kinds of jobs, and one of those, actually a couple of those jobs, were like, well, here's the compensation, and I'm going to use your term, and here's some valuable consideration, which was, well, you get a bonus if, and you get a bonus if, and you get a bonus if. But then there was other valuable consideration. Yes, perhaps you could earn more, but if these things happen, we're going to give you stock. And so I don't know what the valuable consideration might be. I'm just saying, in my limited experience.
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
Yeah, right. So
I think I understand where you're going.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So perhaps there's something else that is coming along for Senator Jay Morse.
Yeah.
So, all right, Garrett. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your calling in and giving us a update on this. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we certainly are open to taking your phone calls. What's that number?
The number is 504-582-9422.
Garrett, before I let you go, how can people reach out to you and find out more about this story or others, or maybe they got a tip for you? How can they reach you?
We would love to hear from listeners, and we're going to keep digging into all this stuff with Senator Morse and other politicians in Louisiana. So you can reach out to us at tips@floodlightnews.org.
All right. There you go. All right. Well, thank you. Lord's blessings. Thanks again for calling in and giving us an insightful report about
Good
State
stuff.
Senator Jay Morse.
Good stuff,
Thanks
sir.
for that work.
Yep.
Thank you so much for having me. Great
Absolutely.
talking with you.
This is WBOK 1230 AM with New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal is partnering with a tech wonderland right in the middle of New York City. It's called Tomorrow, stylized as TM:RW. and it's designed to showcase the tech and innovation of the future.
Robots, dog robots, holograms, headphones, glasses, meta glasses, just, it's a beautiful place to be. And I think if you're ever in Times Square, you should definitely check it out.
In this conversation on Bloomberg, Shaq explained why he decided to throw his money behind the Times Square-based store.
Well, I always invest in things that I first believe in and, things that are going to change people's lives. This is something that, there's not really a lot of competition out there. And I know once people come inside the store, they will love what they see and they will fall in love with what they see.
Stop by and you might even see Shaq himself, or maybe even a hologram of him.
A beautiful, sexy hologram. It's a hologram, a beautiful, sexy hologram.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
It's deck days at Lowe's, and the savings are stacked. Right now, pros get 15% off all in-stock composite decking from top brands like Trex, TimberTech, and Decorators. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. The deck's stacked in your favor with brands pros trust. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Real issues, real talk, real solutions. Miss an episode of The Reality Check? You can catch every episode anytime. Search WBOK Media on your favorite podcast app to tap the bold commentary, real-time reactions, and powerful perspectives from the people and leaders shaping our city. Download, share, and rate it 5 stars because the real ones always stay informed.
Climate Hope NOLA presents this month's climate keyword, adaptation. Climate adaptation means preparing our communities for stronger storms, hotter days, flooding, and rising water. That means planting trees, restoring wetlands, protecting homes, and helping families recover stronger after disasters. In New Orleans, resilience is part of who we are and how we survive. Learn more, stay informed, and take action with Climate Hope NOLA. Visit Team Hope NOLA on Instagram to learn more.
Greetings and salutations. I am Edward B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. It's 7:49 a.m. If you got to be somewhere at 7:50, you got 1 minute, so hopefully you're sliding to the other side of the bed and getting out, firing up the laptop and get going, or maybe you have already parked and opened the door to the building and you're headed toward your desk, your cubicle, your workspace. Or, hey, maybe you're driving up to the work site and getting out of the car, putting the helmet on and getting ready to do your thing. If you got to be there at 8, you got a little bit more time, and please don't be a crazy driver. Watch out for the folks who are, and you do what you need to do to be safe. I'm Will Sutton with Ro Brown, and we're going to the talk line. Good morning, Ryan. How are you, sir? You're on with Will Sutton and Ro Brown.
Oh, good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing? Y'all good? What a guest. May I please start out with saying thank you, the gentleman and y'all, for doing the work that the taxpayers are paying the ethics board and all of their staff to do.
Heck of a thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's cool. But, I guess I had one thing to say, and I think even in my my darkest times, I had said this years ago. It's like put private assets and on the table for negligent public servants, and put the PAC's assets that support them And y'all, they could get mad at me if they want to, but y'all playing with our children's future and the future of Louisiana, future of the world. If you want to go broader with it. And so I'm done, man. I'm not done. A lot of people are fed up, done with it, and so and I don't care no more. I mean, I do care. I care about myself and our future. Come on, get your mind right, because y'all end up suffering later for this. There's anyway, I digress, but I think y'all get the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
understand.
absolutely. I think Garrett's reporting is shocking.
Is it?
Is it
really?
I think. Well, I do. But I get your point by saying, "Is it?"
Not anymore.
Because you expect some people like that to do that, right?
It's a time of the rules are for you, not for me.
I got you. All right.
It's almost criminal negligence at this point. It's not even an ethics violation. Like when you're dealing with that many people's lives at stake, their private property. Yeah. And then I'm not talking about Democrats' children. I'm talking about everyone's children. Mm-hmm. And to pull the wool over everybody's eyes like they did and bring up emotional legislature while they pass all of these things that may be more effectual than some of the stuff that we're really worried about. Mm-hmm. Anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right. I love y'all.
All righty. Thank you.
Thanks. Lord's blessings. Have a great day. All right. We're going back to the talk line. Good morning, Reverend Calhoun. You're on Will Sutton and Roe Brown. How are you, sir?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
It's just interesting to me how these things just fall out the air. Because I know when Jeff Landry proposed changing the ethics rules that he didn't have any knowledge of this kind of thing that would be going on now. I just know that Mr. Morris, when they came in into the legislative session, that he did not have any knowledge that they were going to build this big center and the property value would shoot. Just interesting to me how just this stuff just falls out the air and just accidentally lands in the middle of the legislative session. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is it going to take, though, for us to really come to an understanding that these people are really trying to destroy communities and areas for self-promotion and self-gain? We losing in this, Doc. If you look at what's happening around that area and how much money is actually being pushed in that area, is around that area, I think it would be interesting to know, for community to know that Mr. Morris don't care about nobody but making $1. He don't care anything. My understanding, he and Jeff Crow was not that close, but Jeff used him to push all of this legislation that he wanted done in terms of getting rid of elected positions in New Orleans. I wonder, was it in return for him cutting the deals he got up in Richland Parish? Just thinking, just trying to see what's happening with it. I don't know.
Well, if they weren't close before, I bet you they're close now.
Money will bring you close. Right? I'm just trying to figure out where will this ever end? Because if you look at what's happening, the poor is getting poor, the rich is getting rich, and they're, like you say, the guy that was with Dana, whatever his name was, saying that he don't really care about whatever, as long as he's making his money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate, but your leadership, that's all Trump care about. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, gentlemen. I'm just at that stage of life now to look back over and just see where are we really going. But anyway, Ro, I'm still waiting on you to sign the petition. All right. Talk to you later.
All right, Reverend Calhoun. Lord's blessings. Have a fabulous day. All right. Well, it was a really good conversation with Garrett Hazelwood, and man, he had to do some digging to get all of that information and line that up. And
And let's bear in mind, when he talked to Senator Morris didn't say any of it was inaccurate or incorrect.
Right.
He didn't say that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's a heck of a thing. And if you want to read the entire story that Garrett wrote, it's on floodlightnews.org, floodlightnews.org. And there are a couple of pieces that Garrett Hazelwood wrote that you might want to read. And you can also go to veritenews.org because they published Garrett's work as well. So those are places where you can go and read more about what Garrett Hazelwood was talking about. Heck of a thing.
Yes.
So, Yep. Well, there is news and information that we're going to be sharing with you. Coming up soon, we're going to have Kathy Hambrook from Amistad Research Center. And I'm looking forward to that conversation. I don't know if some of you all saw or heard this bit of news. A DoorDash driver was carjacked at gunpoint in the Bywater. So essentially, somebody, it seems, ordered something. And then when the order came near Piety and Royal, the driver was carjacked. So not wanting to be hurt, driver complied, and the vehicle was taken. And it was found a mile later.
Oh, really?
A mile away.
Oh, it did
1 mile
find-
away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1 mile away. Not that long after. It's like, why do
Damage?
this?
No damage? Anything to them?
Well, no, don't have any information about that. But you didn't even take it to sell parts or to take the tires or the. I mean,
You take the food?
yeah, right. Not clear about that.
Okay, I
You know,
was just wondering.
Maybe they
you
didn't
know,
like the order.
just trying
or
to figure out
something, you know?
what they
I mean, but
got
that's
out of it.
It's just crazy. I don't know. It's just weird. Of course, I don't have the mind of a criminal. Try to understand these things sometimes.
Yeah,
But heck of a thing. And a woman was injured in the French Quarter, and that was a shooting. 24-year-old woman. This happened early Sunday morning, according to the New Orleans police, and according to Casey Bubnash of the Times-Picayune, NOLA.com. The police were called to the 600 block of Iberville about 4:30 a.m., and the woman was hit by gunfire as she stepped outside after hearing commotion. So there was commotion. 4:30 in the morning. She stepped outside, sees the one who was shot.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. So what does that say? Peek out your window?
Yeah, I guess.
Don't open the door?
Yeah.
Don't
go outside.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Ooh. Well, I'm glad she's not dead, and hopefully she recovers well. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have Kathy Hambrook with us talking about an event that the Amistad Research Center has coming up later this week. But we will have time for calls, and we're going to talk a little bit about Essence Festival, too. I wrote a little something about that. We'll talk about that. And looks like there's an Iran war deal. Or is there? So we'll talk about that as well. Ro, as we go to break, so people can get ready when it's we have the lines open and available for phone calls. What's that talk line number?
If you don't already know, write this down. Ready? 504 582 9422.
This is WBOK 1230 AM with New Orleans is talking about all day long.
WBOK New Orleans. Home of the Good Morning Show, 7 to 9 a.m. weekdays.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News. Now, a dozen people are dead after a plane carrying skydivers crashed in Missouri. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, the plane went down near the Butler Memorial Airport. Airport officials said the aircraft apparently lost power and may have been trying to land on a nearby highway when it crashed. President Trump is congratulating the NBA champion New York Knicks. The Knicks won the title after beating the Spurs 94-90 in Game 5. And someone called 911 to report two preteens selling lemonade on a corner in Kansas City. When officers arrived, they spent hundreds of dollars supporting the young entrepreneurs. Perez and Jaquel Reese are excited and making plans on how they'll spend their money.
Like help the homeless and buy me a new e-bike, because that has been my dream since I was little. Use the money for my nephew and niece to buy them diapers and stuff.
Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Good morning. Wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK. Seven 702-0406 2024 or 758. But if you just tune in, and boy, you are right on time, because we got our friend Kathy Hambrook from the Amistad Research Center.
Bell ring.
Yep.
Two bell rings.
Yeah, she's always got something going on, and that's a good thing, because the work that they do is so important. You know, we got these national attacks on our history, our people, our culture, and Amistad Research Center is all about keeping it alive and giving us more information and resources and opportunities to keep our history alive. And Amistad is not going to let that die. Isn't that right, Kathy?
Oh, well, absolutely not. You know, my family's in the funeral home business.
Yeah, right.
But we don't plan to bury this history.
Yeah, buddy. Yep. So you got an event coming up. Before we get to that, I know there's some regular listeners, so they know who you are. But we do have people popping in and popping out. Tell us a little bit about the Amistad Research Center.
Well, this is the 60th year anniversary of the Amistad Research Center, which is located at Tulane University. We have over 900 plus collections related to international, national, and local history. A lot of our collections are related to social justice movement, civil rights movement, but we also have collections related to immigration, people who came through Ellis Island, documents related to Native American children who were taken from their homes and put into orphanages. We have the records of over 70 social activist organizations worldwide. We have a collection. Recently, we just finished a traveling exhibit about Black opera, Black theater, hip hop, and bounce. All information from our collections, which include people like Mia X, Juvenile, Manny Fresh, Leontine Price, Paul Robeson, Brock Peters, John O'Neill, Tommy Myrick. So we are very, very broad in the scope of the history that we are charged to protect.
So I've been over there a number of times, and it's fascinating to walk in and look around the room, just before you get into any other part of the space, because there's always something that's like I didn't see before. And then there are various events and there are different reaches into history and culture at the Amistad. And it's important to keep it going. And you took a big hit last year and built that back. And so glad that you did, but that's who you are.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at, I realized today was June 15th, and it was 1 year ago, June 15th, that I laid off 7 of my staff. And then before September 15th, the day after Labor Day, just 30 days later, we were able to bring them all back with benefits for under 2-year contracts. But what are we supposed to do when those 2 years are over? Our sustainability should not be based upon who the president is.
Right. Amen.
You had to lay those people off because
we lost 40% of our income, which was based on federal grants. And because of the executive orders that came down within the first quarter of 2025, we did not know if we were going to get our reimbursements from 5 Institute of Museum and Library Services grants, NEH grants. The money was on hold. Fortunately, some of that money has been recovered since. Fortunately, we have friends and allies, many of whom are your listeners, who made contributions. They have attended our fundraisers, like the one that we have coming up this week. Fortunately, we were able to renegotiate our grants with foundations like the Getty in Malibu and the Mellon Foundation and Kellogg Foundation. Private foundations have stepped up. But part of the difficulty in raising this money, since we have new leadership, if we want to call it that, in Washington, D.C., or lack thereof, is that, I don't know if you are aware that there are 200 words that have been banned that are on a list that we are not supposed to use when we submit grants now and in the future. And if you look at those 200 words, the Amistad is all about social justice. We have collections related, as I said, you can't say Native American, you can't say Black, you can't say women, you can't say African American, you can't say diversity, you can't say inclusion. Just pull up that list of 200 words. So that has made my job 200 times more difficult.
And if you use those words, then what?
You are likely not even, your application for taxpayer dollars through those federal agencies that we were normally used to getting our support from will basically just be thrown in the trash. So I say, send us a dime for each one of those 200 words. Send us a dollar.
Yeah, that's more, yeah.
Well, I'm saying every little bit counts. Send us a dollar for every one of those 200 words. Send us $10. Send us $10,000 for every one of those 200 words, since you asked, Mr. Brown. And then that way, the Amistad will be able to sustain itself beyond the years of this current president. And my goal is to raise $20 million so we can have at least 15 years of guaranteed employment in protecting this history.
All right. Well, you've got something happening. Well, first of all, it's another in the series.
Yes.
It's another in the series. So you got a big vinyl listening party coming up later this week at a fabulous location. So you've been moving these around to pretty cool locations, and this is another one. It's if you haven't been to this one, this is a good reason to go and support the Amistad to see what is this location.
This location is the Blue Crawfish, and it's located on Dumaine and Claiborne Avenue. You may have passed there before and seen the blue fence with the crawfish on it, but it is a boutique hotel facing Dumaine, and Mr. Russell and his wife have just done a fabulous job. If you've never been there, there is a huge outdoor swimming pool, a bar. They have crawfish boils. His wife has a spa. The rooms are absolutely beautiful. And so we want to help promote this Black business. And Mr. Russell has invited us to have our vinyl album listening party on this Thursday, the 18th, starting at 5:30, weather permitting. And our theme this time, this is our third vinyl party. Our theme this time is Black male singing groups.
That's
Okay.
pretty good. Say some names.
Oh, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Hey.
The Barcades.
Temptation.
Temptations.
Four Tops.
Four Tops, thank you. We didn't have Four Tops on our list. So we've been going through Mr. Cleveland Green, who is our curator of music, been going through his album collection of 1,500 albums. The Dramatics.
Oh, yeah.
Delphonics.
The Delphonics. The Commodores.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Ro, give me some more. Give me some more since you started. The Whispers.
Yeah.
Okay. Chocolate Milk. The
Hey,
Meter.
chocolate milk.
The
All right.
Meters.
All right.
So we've really found some really,
Little
really
Anthony and the
good,
Imperials.
the Imperials, the Impressions.
Yes.
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. So this will be a dance party this time. We will have time during the afternoon or evening for you to sit and listen to the music that we may remember on vinyl, but we're talking about dancing and remembering.
All right, so that's 5:30.
5:30 to 8:30 this Thursday, June the 18th. If weather does not permit, because this is an outdoor poolside event, we will honor those of you who have purchased your tickets when we reschedule.
Okay.
And this is a pop-up event, as you mentioned. We
Right,
go to different places at different times.
Right, right.
And so we are looking for you to give us input about the next themes for the next series of vinyl parties. So give us ideas. Mr. Rowe, I will talk to you because I know you have a vinyl collection. You brought some last time, so there may be a couple that we are missing, and maybe you can bring one or two of your vinyls.
No problem.
All right.
No problem.
All right. I don't think the Pips would qualify without Gladys, huh?
Well, we'll have to. I don't know if the Pips were on vinyl by themselves. If they were without Gladys, we would consider them.
Yeah, right.
You name that tune that the Pips did by themselves.
Yeah, that's good point.
Boy,
Good point.
Oh, boy. All right. So that is Thursday at the Blue Crawfish. Big old visibility of who they are on the outside. It's kind of, once you get in the block, then you're going to know which spot.
You have to come from the Treme, Dumaine, from the Treme, because it's a one-way street, I believe. Yeah, from Claiborne, you can't turn right on Dumaine.
Right, right.
So you have to come around and come through, come to the location. I believe there is parking across the street. It's going to be safe, and it's $25. You can purchase your tickets on the website of the AmistadResearchCenter.org, or go to vrainey, RAINEY, at tulane.edu. I wanted to say something too about one of the collections that we are protecting right now, the movie Sinners.
Yes.
We know so much about the movie Sinners. In the movie, Mound Bayou is mentioned. Clarksdale is mentioned because it was the crossroads for the blues in Mississippi. But many people don't realize the mention of Mound Bayou and the research that was done about Mound Bayou as a safe haven for Black people who were under attack by vampires, as we are today, then was a town in the Delta where Emmett Till's mother was able to stay when she came down to recover the body of her son. It was is still a Black township that had about 30,000 acres of Black-owned land. There was a Black hospital, Black bank, all Black businesses. It was a thriving Black township. And we have 130 hours of oral histories from Mound Bayou that we have processed and digitized. And we are currently working with the mayor of Mound Bayou. They are trying to get their museum reopened after some weather damage. So next summer, we will be sharing these digitized oral histories with their museum, and there will be some programming in Mississippi, and maybe we can arrange to have a bus go from New Orleans, stop in Jackson at the Civil Rights Museum if you haven't been there. And maybe we will also bring the mayor and the museum team here to talk more about the history of Mound Bayou.
Yep. Well, if you haven't been to Mound Bayou, it's the
jewel of the Delta.
It's quite an experience. I mean, there are a number of places in that Delta region that have a tremendous historical value. And just driving through, stopping in Mound Bayou, you just feel something because of the history and the role that place played in our history. So I'm glad to hear about that effort. I know that takes work and it takes money.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And so that's another reason to support the Amistad on Thursday evening, so you can get your dance on.
Yes.
Have a good time listening, and know that you are supporting more than one good cause because of all that the center does.
Bring mama, bring daddy, bring auntie. Send them.
Yeah.
It's a good time for us to, as we say, fellowship with each other. We just require that you don't talk about politics and don't talk about work.
Oh, right.
There will be beverages there and food, and we will raise this money to keep the Amistad going.
All right, very good.
It's important, people. It's important.
Yeah, one more time. Where can people find out information? And get in touch. Matter of fact, I just got to throw this in. I saw Val twice this weekend.
Y'all get around.
Yeah, right. And Val, where we're going next?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so you can email vrainey, VRAINEY @tulane.edu, or you can go to the Amistad Research Center .org, and we are on Facebook and Instagram. So yes, you can get your tickets in advance, or you can just come, be there for 5:30. Swimsuits are optional, and Val brought it to my attention, and Mikola Iverson, who is the hostess with the mostest, said that someone said, swimsuits optional? That does mean wear clothes. This is not a clothing optional event.
Yeah,
Okay?
not like that naked bike ride the other day.
Right.
Swimsuits.
That's not this event.
Not this event. So
Yeah,
no, but
right.
swimsuits, we welcome you. It's going to be hot, and we just hope that the weather holds up for this Thursday.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us and talking about the good work of the Amistad. And, of course, that event is Thursday at 5:30. Kathy just gave you the info again, so you can reach out and get your ticket and plan to be there. There are some weather possibilities that might postpone it, but don't worry about that, because if it does, then your purchase will be honored for the next time. I'm Will Sutton, and with me is Ro Brown. It is 8:21 a.m. You got to be somewhere for 8:30. You got about 9 minutes to get there and get there safely. Don't be one of the crazy drivers. Be one of the safe drivers and a defensive driver. Watch out for the crazy people and construction and detours, and watch out for our babies and our kiddos. All right, we're going to break, and when we come back, we can take some calls, but we're also going to talk about Essence, and do we have a peace deal in the works with the Iran war? I'm not so sure. What's that talk line number, Ron?
504-582-9422.
This is WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Kubel, and here are your headlines for you. This morning, a woman is recovering after being shot in the French Quarter. Police say that this happened around 4:30 on Sunday morning at the intersection of Iberville and Royal. She was rushed to the hospital by EMS. No word on her condition this morning or a motive. A man accused in a shooting that killed a waiter outside a popular New Orleans restaurant will be in court this morning. Kyron Fazand is accused of killing Hilbert Walker III outside of Mandina's restaurant in 2023. He was booked on second-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, and aggravated battery. That shooting took place while the Mid-City restaurant was open and had customers jumping to the floor for cover. A woman visiting from Chicago was injured by a stray bullet while she was dining inside. Fazand is expected in court at 9 a.m. And French Quarter businesses say that they are pursuing legal action now against the Sewage and Water Board. They say the construction on Decatur Street made a detrimental impact to their profits. According to
Trying to grow your business or increase traffic to your location? We can help. WBOK 1230 AM has a number of solutions that will meet your individual needs. Give one of our consultants a call today at 504-582-9420 or email us at info@wbok1230.com. And remember, an investment with WBOK is an investment in our community. Call today.
Climate Hope NOLA presents this month's climate keyword, adaptation. Climate adaptation means preparing our communities for stronger storms, hotter days, flooding, and rising water. That means planting trees, restoring wetlands, protecting homes, and helping families recover stronger after disasters. In New Orleans, resilience is part of who we are and how we survive. Learn more, stay informed, and take action with Climate Hope NOLA. Visit Team Hope NOLA on Instagram to learn more. Life has a way of shifting priorities, changing needs, and pivoting plans. Home Bank is there for all of them. Their bankers partner with you for every step along the way, from understanding your needs to celebrating your success. Home Bank is invested in the vibrant spirit of our community and in you. So partner with them. Stop on by any banking center in the greater New Orleans area or visit home24bank.com to get started today. Good for business, good for life. Home Bank, a member of the FDIC.
WBOK is pleased to announce the reboot of Crosstown Conversations with host Gene Nathan, a heightened focus on cultural entertainment events and the creators who present them. The new time is now Saturday at noon. Tune into the stories of our exploding creative scene with Gene Nathan on Crosstown Conversations.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Today is a WDSU first warning weather alert day. A flood watch is in effect for the North Shore through Wednesday morning. Across southeast Louisiana and Mississippi, we could see 3 to 6 inches, with some spots possibly seeing more than 10 inches, which is the worst case scenario. Temperatures expected to be 86 to 91 today and the mid 80s on Tuesday. Rain chances lessen by the end of the week. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Reshaw.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. Some of you all been in tune with us since the 7 o'clock hour, and some of you all been in tune with us since 8 or a few minutes after 8. Hopefully you heard Kathy Hambrick from the Amistad Research Center talking about the good work that they do and the event that they have coming up at the Blue Crawfish on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Good work that they do.
Blue Crawfish.
Yeah, good work that they do, huh?
Oh, the Amistad?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I keep stressing to people, yeah, there are some artifacts there. You heard Will mention when you walk in there, you kind of see things. It is not a museum.
No.
But, go there and see those few things they have in front. It is a research center. It's, if you will, probably an incorrect usage of the word, kind of like an incubator of our history. And that's why it's important. And it's important, as, you heard Kathy Hambrick say, our history is under attack, and it's under attack from the highest levels of the government, quite frankly.
Indeed. So, mentioned on Friday that I had written something about the Essence Festival, and based on some calls and texts and some data analytics, looked like people were interested in
data
something about what I had to say. The headline is Essence Festival can't afford major hiccups, mess-ups as it bounces back.
Okay.
And
So I read it, but tell me about the column.
Okay.
What you're trying to say.
Well,
or are you trying to say anything?
Well, I think we love Essence Fest. I think, generally speaking, people love Essence Fest. And that includes people who may not have been recently. But I think there are a lot of people who love Essence Festival. They love hosting Essence Festival. They love that it's here. We have all kinds of people who love going to Essence Festival. You got your daytime Essence Festival people, your nighttime Essence Festival people, your weekend Essence Festival people. You got the I just want to see the music Essence Festival people. I want to see the brain enrichment sessions Essence Festival people. I want to see who I can see walking around Essence Festival. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful event. And I do want to emphasize something that Rich Lou Dennis from Sundial, and who leads the Essence Festival event with the CEO and others. It's rather incredible that the daytime events are still free. I mean, it's still free. So I understand that things went off track last year with a number of things. Having gone to the Essence Festival last year, there were a number of good things that happened, as there are every year. Unfortunately, there were too many things that became high profile, social media and conversations and street committee and otherwise, and that damaged the brand, and it damaged the reputation and made people question what we were doing with the Essence Festival and also with what the Essence Festival was becoming.
Yeah.
And I suggested last year that we need to stick with the Essence Festival, and the Essence Festival needs to stick with us, and we need to evolve. The Essence Festival, truthfully, has evolved, and this is another stage of evolvement. But last year, I suggested shortly after the festival, with all of that drama, several things that I thought could be done and considered. And when we had Richard Lou Dennis here at WBOK, in case you missed it, I asked him about several of those things, not all of those things. And one was consistent Essence leadership. Another was the concept of the Essence House. And another was establishing a local committee. And another was engaging Black media. So those were some of the things that I mentioned last year, and that I had the opportunity to talk to Richard Lou Dennis about. So in consistent Essence leadership, he talked about Chief Community Officer Baku Tubman being here pretty much on a monthly basis. And I made mention in the column that I've seen the CEO of Sundial Media, Kurt McDonough, several times in New Orleans.
Okay.
And they had a couple of events just in the last few months. One at the Convention Center and another one at the Superdome. I think they're doing things that have perhaps been low profile, and raising the profile is something that Dennis said that they would be working on. When I proposed the idea of an Essence House or something, the Essence Vibe or something to give an ongoing presence here. And Mr. Dennis said that the idea is a good one, but they got to build up to it. So they got to have some things in place before they kind of have a standing presence of that kind, whatever that might be. And talked about a local committee, and Mayor Moreno announced Essence Festival Steering Committee in March. And Dennis said there's also a host committee, and they're developing some subject-specific groups to be more refined as well. So those were some of the things.
Yeah. Engage Black media. That suggests that prior to now they had not been engaging Black media.
I think they've been engaged. I think with such a Black-focused event, I think most of the people listening know that I work for the Times-Picayune, NOLA.com. That's not a Black company, but that's my day job, if you will. And I'm very happy to be working part-time at WBOK, a Black-owned operation. But there are others, and I named several last year. And I just think that Essence Festival should invest in some of those Black media outlets.
Well, that suggests that they haven't been.
Well, and I think that that's not clear. I see a lot of signs. I see billboards. I see bus stop signs, and I haven't seen or heard. Maybe I have missed it, but I haven't seen buys. I've seen coverage, but I haven't seen buys. And that's different. And I am not suggesting that they avoid going to the Breakfast Club as opposed to WBOK. Absolutely. You got an opportunity to be on Breakfast Club. Be on the Breakfast Club. All right? If you can be on Steve Harvey, be on Steve Harvey. And but that's different from the buys for the spots and commercials and things of that nature. And I'm certainly nobody when it comes to that kind of thing. It's just I would like to see them with some buys in Louisiana Weekly, WBOK, Data Weekly, New Orleans Tribune.
Yeah.
And those are legacy black media. So I want to make sure that this listening audience, there are some black-owned media that you may not be familiar with.
Right.
And one of those, the CEO, mentioned at the most recent media and creators event, and that's Nutrigrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so it might not be something that you look at.
Yeah,
But but there's a younger, predominantly black audience that follows Nutriground every day. And it's a different way for a number of people to get news and information. So I was glad to hear that they are doing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Just asking.
Okay. So
just asking.
Yep. So I mentioned the mayor's letter that she sent to them in March with some concerns, saying yes, we want to be partners, but let's look at more specifics. And so I have some concerns about them not having a written response. There has been response
From Essence?
There has been response. There hasn't been a written response.
Mm-hmm.
And the mayor was pretty darn specific, talking about mutual finalization and approval of Master Essence consolidated budget. Whew. So that's fascinating. That at this point it seems there isn't, and verification that last year's vendor has been paid in full. The mayor asked in that March letter that be done within 10 days, but
10 days didn't happen.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I think people would like to know if that's the case. So it's not in the column, but Essence officials say things are in line and things are up to date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the mayor asked for a number of things that I thought each of those items were reasonable, and that's in my column. So I outlined what those items are, and because I don't want to see this move, because I don't think Essence Festival can be as successful anyplace else. I think it can be a festival someplace else, but not like this.
Not like it's done here.
Yeah, not like this.
I mean, I haven't been in a while, and I'm sure maybe with some of the changes in the Superdome, it may have affected it somehow.
It did. No. It did in a big way.
Yeah, with super lounges and and like I said, I mean, I always preface it with I feel like the Essence Festival has passed me by.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, gone are the days 25, 30 years ago when it started, where I'd want to go every night based on who was there, based on the music, and that's not the case for me anymore, and that's cool. I go to the convention center, 1 or 2 days or something like that. I enjoy that, but I mean, I don't have too much of a reason to go to the Dome anymore for the nighttime concerts. Me personally,
yeah.
And but when I did go, you couldn't do that in any other building.
No. Yeah.
The way
That's
it was
amazing.
done, you couldn't have done it
Yeah,
in any
absolutely.
other building. But you could enjoy Essence in that and not go into the large arena.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You could just stay in the super lounges if you wanted to.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah. Wonderful time.
And but no, it needs to be here, and I don't think this is mayoral interference in the stuff that Mayor Moreno asked for. I mean, this whole thing came about because of the mayor in New Orleans at the time. That's why there is an Essence, basically, because of Mark Morio had a lot to do with it.
Yep.
And so I think the mayor has a right to ask for those kind of things.
Right.
Whoever is the mayor.
I agree. All right. Well, good morning. We've got a special caller on the line with us, the one, the only, Oliver Thomas. OT on the line with Will Sutton and Ro Brown. Good morning. How are you?
Who?
Yeah, well, first of all, good morning, guys.
What's up, OT?
Two of my favorite journalists. I don't know how special I am, but I do know. I do know that I was on the first Essence committee. I do know that I was actually the council member in charge of greeting a lot of our guests in the VIP room at Essence. I guess when you get older, people kind of forget the roles that you used to play. What Essence has, I think Ro hit on a point about how Essence has evolved. One of the things they're going to have to come to terms with is as they evolve, they don't lose people like Ro and myself and others who were attracted to more old school, more traditional music, some of the more cultural things. And I think that they have to put together a mix where they keep all of that. And as I remember the work we did with Ed Lewis, Susan Taylor, and others, and former Mayor Mark Morial, Essence really focused on Black excellence, not just around music or popular music. It was an event where folks from all over the diaspora came to show off their threads and their culture. And people came from all over the world to do that. So I think, Ro, I think you're right in that it has evolved, but it doesn't necessarily mean it needs to evolve the way it leaves people behind. I think they have to figure out a way how to combine all of those interests, all of those talents, and all those things things people want to see, hear, and do. And how do you keep that together?
Yeah. I think the people here would agree with you. I think that's part of the tension with not just last year, but some recent years. Is
several years.
What is Essence Festival becoming? And how much is the New Orleans culture a part of the Essence Festival versus the African American diaspora? And what is that? It's not that we don't want that, well, most of us, but we definitely want to have. And I think a number of people from elsewhere, when they come here, that they want to feel the New Orleans culture.
OT.
Well, Will, you not to cut you off, but Will, you made a good point about the New Orleans culture. I specifically remember years ago accompanying Lawrence Fishburne and his sons, right? Because he was a major fan of Rebirth Band. Rebirth was playing in one of the super lounges. Okay, so Lawrence, along with City Security, he wanted to camp out a spot where he could enjoy Rebirth, because whenever he came to New Orleans, and he spent a lot of time here, that was one of the local bands that he really, really enjoyed. So the super lounges were able to do that. I remember the late Ken Carter, right, with Leela James, okay? Etta James was performing in a super lounge.
Yep, that was.
And so, and Ken and his group, senior attorneys, kind of senior African Americans, elders, he could not wait to have his little group get together to go to Essence to see Etta James in one of the super lounges. I loved the super lounges. It was a mix of locals,
right?
A mix of folk who offered a lot of different things. Right. So I think Ro is really on it when he talks about how it's evolved not away from, but what it evolves to. Yeah, go ahead, Ro. I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, no, you didn't cut me off. No problem. No, I was just thinking about some things I was going to mention. Yeah, I saw Etta James in the Super Lounge. I saw Bobby Blue Bland in the Super Lounge. I saw the Spinners in the Super Lounge. One of my favorite Super Lounge stories, however, OT, is, you walked around. It was 4 quadrants, and you just walked around in circles the Superdome. And I remember getting to the door, and there was some young people walking opposite direction, walking out when I was walking in, and a young man said, "I don't know who that is in there, but they jamming." It was the Brothers Johnson.
Yeah, Robert, but great point. One of the things that also changed was former Mayor Morial and Susan Taylor and Ed Lewis and them, the level of accessibility, right? I remember, as a matter of fact, guys, Ro, you'll remember when Jamie Foxx and his sister got in that trouble with the fight at Harris. Well, you guess who was the one who talked to the judge to have him released? Because that was me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Jamie was a dear friend, a great guy, loved New Orleans. But it used to be set up where the stars could walk around and talk to people. And I don't know, maybe it was necessary, but they set up security and they set up so many divisions, right, where everyday people couldn't interact. And Jamie Foxx and Cedric the Entertainer and Ella, those guys, they didn't mind engaging with everyday people. Yeah. You can't do that anymore. You got a VIP, extra VIP. Right. You can't. I remember when Prince, when I was backstage hosting with the city, and Prince was walking from his dressing to prepare to go on stage. Now, he would walk right down the aisle to get there. Now, we found out that day that he had a clown fetish. Because remember when Ronald McDonald used to be one of the sponsors?
The clown. That's why he came on late. Yep.
That is. He said, look, he said, Councilman Thomas, I don't mind walking there, but as long as that clown is there, I'm not walking. He said, lose the clown. That is absolutely correct. You know, so I think they got to figure some of those things out. Again, because it was truly, man, a blend of all of the generations, all of the cultures, and in a lot of races. It wasn't specifically just African Americans. It was people who loved our culture and our music.
Exactly, exactly. And you saw these people close up. You know, I'm talking about. When you saw Etta James and when you saw Bobby Bland and these people. You know, I mean, it was like in a little nightclub.
Absolutely. All right, Old T, thank you so much for calling in. You know how this goes. We got to take a break, but we went over for you.
And then we
want to make sure that you got to.
Thank you guys for covering the topic. Essence is important to us. It's one of the, just like what Ernest Kelly is trying to do with the International Arts Foundation.
Yeah.
Essence is one of the things for our community, not just for New Orleans, but for the diaspora. And we need to make sure it evolves, as Ro would say, into something that continues, but something that keeps everybody together. Thank y'all, guys. Great conversation.
Lord's bless.
All righty.
Have a great day. All right, we got to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be going to the talk line, and we got Papa Batiste on hold. Hang on, man. We want to hear from you. We might be able to get another call or two, and if we can get to it, we'll get to some Iran war, at least a summary update, and we can do more tomorrow. Ro, what's that talk line number?
504-582-9422.
This is WBOK, 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Late nights are made for chillin', and you can do just that every Sunday night at 10 p.m. as DJ Wick brings you The Love Zone. It's the perfect way to top off your weekend with your favorite old and new school ballads. So sit back, relax, and let DJ Wick take you to the Love Zone on WBOK and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana companies through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about what the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation does, please visit www.jazzandheritage.org.
Step back in time and experience the moments that shaped our world at the National World War II Museum, located in the heart of the Warehouse District in New Orleans. This world-renowned museum brings history to life, telling America's story in the war that changed everything, why it was fought, how it was won, and what it means today. From immersive exhibits to powerful personal stories, this is more than a museum. It's an experience. Plan your visit today at nationalww2museum.org. World War II Museum, where history lives.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, and good morning, New Orleans. Welcome back to the morning show. If you're just tuning in, don't worry about it. You're right on time. It's 8:51, and you got about 9 minutes to get where you're going if you need to be somewhere at 9. And we're going to go to the talk line, but let me remind you, be safe if you're heading out of doors, getting into a vehicle, whether it's a scooter or a motorcycle or a car. Be a safe driver. Be careful on your way. Watch out for the crazy people. And you be a good and defensive driver. Please watch out for our babies and our kiddos. A good conversation with OT. Let's see what Papa got going. Papa Baptiste, you're on Will Sutton and Roe Brown. How are you, sir?
Good morning, guys, or should I say, come on, say bye this year.
Hey, absolutely.
Yes, I'm going to be shocked to the point. We had a chance to play the Batiste Brothers in the Super Lounge with the main ingredients. Ooh, and one of the guys was Cuba Gooding Jr.'s dad.
Uh-huh.
And I remember the conversation him and I had. He said, hey, man, y'all just want to holler at me because my son is a big star. I said, no, bro. We play with your friends. We opened up for the Spinners, south side of Chicago, around 1968, but right before they opened up, they did it, It's a Shame. And from that point on, bro, him and I became good friends, man. And also Eddie LaVert is a good friend of myself because I met Eddie's piano player in Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
Traveling, we broke the song Groove Me, David Baptiste and the Gladiators traveling with King Floyd. And this is the beautiful place out in Long Island, and I got a chance to meet Eddie's keyboard player, and later on became the band director for the OJs. So, but the Super Lounge, man, it was great. They had the young people in, the musicians. They had the R&B musicians that wanted to be like Kool and the Gang, that wanted to be like the David Baptiste and the Gladiators, springing into the Batiste Brothers, the R&B group. That's where my brother Paul got that idea, because we had been backing up so many great people until we were the great band that backed up Percy Sledge and Jackie Wilson and C.Z. Hill and Ann Peebles and William Bell. And then I'm saying, who's backing all these great people up? Their voice is using our music. And we are that great Paul Baptiste, Peter, Michael, myself, and Ratcliffe, and then later on my son Russell and then Damon. And we started playing with all these great stars, man. But I wish my kids could have had a chance to play in the Super Lounge like Russ and Damon did, and with these great artists. That it seems to be changing. They're bringing in all these people to pay them big money in our city and then take the big money out. Whereas the great local artists it's the name of it. The game is entertainment. Entertaining people. 5, 10, 100,000, a million. We've done that. And so I hope they bring that back. I hope my children and my grandkids get a chance to be involved in the Essence Fest as my son Damon was, and get a chance to perform for the New Orleans city, the people in New Orleans, and the world people that come in to see and enjoy our city and the Essence Fest. Give us some money sometimes. Like some of these other organizations, they have their big balls, they bring in all these big people, and the name of the game, once again, is entertainment. The local people could actually entertain the audience just as the people that's getting ready to take out all that tax money, all that money that would be going into, like the locals would put it right back into the community. So some of that stuff here, man, they come in and take advantage of our good city and our good musicians and leave us where a lot of the good musicians, such as myself, we wind up being famous, but with no money. It had not been for my brothers making me a millionaire, I wouldn't be one right now. I can sit here and tell you that right now. And nobody can get at it because my brothers got it set up where nobody can get at it but me and somebody else. And we're going to be doing a whole lot of big things. But I got a movie coming out telling about the story of how we won the Apollo Theater in '65. There's a whole bunch of things that the Batiste brothers is coming out. We dedicated it to my brother Paul, who traveled with me all those years. The Batiste brothers are celebrating 50 years of being together. I'm celebrating 67 years of being a musician, period, with David Batiste and the Gladiators, along with my brothers, the Batiste brothers. So I love you guys. I love you, Ro. Keep it up. Will, holler at your friend, brother, because her and I were talking about doing an acoustic thing while me playing the melodica.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
it's funny you mentioned that. I just called her up last week and didn't make the connect, so I'm probably going to be in touch with her this week.
We're looking for venues, bro. So if we are looking for venues that would, that serve acoustic music, such as her great music.
Yeah.
So keep your ears open, keep your eyes open.
Absolutely. and folks, we're talking about Paula Boggs and the Paula Boggs Band.
You're right.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
All right, Papa Batiste, Lord's blessings. Have a good day. Thanks for calling.
Thanks to you guys, too. Y'all be blessed.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to be wrapping up in a moment. I do want to mention that there seems to be a peace agreement in the works to end the Iran war. And we don't have many details.
You ain't going to get them either.
And there are details to be provided. And there's an official signing tentatively scheduled for Friday in Switzerland. And so, of course, the journalists will be all over this today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, finding out whatever we can find out. But one of the big things that seems to be coming out of the agreement is that the Strait of Hormuz will be open. But I seem to remember that the Strait of Hormuz was open before the war.
Yes.
So, okay, so you're negotiating to open something.
He declared
that
I hereby declare that it's open.
So it was open before we spent about $90 billion on this war. And so one of the biggest things is that it'll be open again.
Yes.
All right.
Makes sense,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
And another part of this big U.S. We Won deal seems to be the lifting of sanctions on Iran.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had sanctions.
Yeah.
And now we're not.
Yeah.
And that's a win for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And the release of frozen Iranian assets, i.e., money that we have frozen.
Yeah.
And that was a part of the Obama deal.
That was so terrible.
That's so terrible. We had to rip it up.
That we, gave them all
And
this
now
money.
we're going to release some Iranian assets.
We're going to give them even
and
more.
And that's good for us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm seeing the win. And the big part of the signing is going to be, we're going to give ourselves another 60 days to talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's accomplishing what they wanted to accomplish all along. Just make it look like he didn't make a mistake. Make
Help
it look
me out,
like
bro.
he didn't get into
Help me
something
out, bro.
that he couldn't get
Help
out
me
of.
out, bro.
To the point where now he and Israel are mad at each other.
We need 2 more months to talk, but this is the big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
But these are the same
You say
people who
so.
said that January 6th was just tourists just coming to see the Capitol.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We're going to be looking more into that. But right now,
And
we got to
people
get
bought
out
it.
of here, bro. Got to make room for the front porch. And, of course, we've got Tavis Smiley and the reality check this afternoon. This is WBLK 1230 AM. What New Orleans.